Hey guys, Tyrep here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Eindhoven country, playing for days spawning in the north. Got Pack playing as US forces, who has armor, infantry, and heavy cavalry. Teaming up with him is SHaNaEA playing as US forces as well, who has heavy cavalry, infantry, and Airborne facing off against them in the bottom. Numbers, China Noob playing as OKW, immediately going for breakthrough. And sepi is Ostheer, who has Jaeger infantry, lightning war, and storm. In terms of rankings here, random team. On the allies side, both of them are around rank 100 randoms with US forces. Against Axis, who are an arranged team, around rank 300, which is, usually a little bit outside my rankings, but they are both sub 150 with their respective factions in 1v1, so they haven't played a huge number of games together, so it didn't feel like it made sense to punish them for that. And they have the capabilities, Plus, arranged teams too is probably the hardest to climb, since there are all those like 3v3 and 4v4 plays in there as well. Okay, big old scrap on this left-hand side. MG forced away early. Did get the suppression off on that rifle squad. Fusiliers coming across to support as well. Charging in on the riflemen. They do have the overwhelming numbers over there, so not something you usually want to do against riflemen, but should be able to win anyway. Here come the riflemen though from SHaNaEA. The Fusiliers, one of them. Another squad rifleman coming in, and now kind of in a compromised position after charging in against those riflemen. Getting blasted from two angles. Soft retreating back around the corner. Pyo's getting very low. Here comes the machine gun again though. SHaNaEA needs to get out of there now. So yeah, maybe a slight misplay charging in with the Fusiliers against the riflemen like that, but didn't end up working out too badly since MG42 arrived in the nick of time to bail them out of that pressure. Doesn't manage to complete the capture on the munitions either. Rifleman slightly too low. Stimpi's winning the engagement on the far side as well. We've got a very early ambulance from SHaNaEA, and that's being positioned next to Pack here, so they can both make use of it. A bit of teamwork there for a random team. Meanwhile, for numbers, early tech up, or early tech truck out at least. Hasn't started the tech quite yet. It is kind of overdue in that department. There's a lot of resources. Just trying to go for like a fast tech strategy. He's kind of missing that window right now. Maybe going to go for like this into something like a officer next. But I'm waiting for the command points. Which is a okay strategy. Wouldn't recommend going for that kind of thing in 1v1. Fusiliers will just get you completely forced off the map. But in a 2v2, especially when you get off to a reasonable start, like they have so far this game, seems to be viable. Here comes the captain now. Do have the machine gun back there. Rifleman coming in from this angle. MG packing up though, under a bit of pressure. Looks like instead it's going to go onto the fuel point. Maybe dive onto the cutoff as well. Fusiliers back there, but I can go too well in the 2-on-1. MG in a nice position, but reposition from SHaNaEA as well. Maybe going to catch this Grenadier on retreat. Coming out with a forward ambulance position now. Interesting. A little bit risky. Kind of hitting the light vehicle phase now. You can see sepi with the 222 about to pop out. So the ambulance could get hunted down. There aren't any like mines down. Neither of these players have gone for Rifleman field defenses yet, so no mines to help keep that ambulance safe. Does leave it at a reasonable amount of risk in Ford's position. Rifleman, lucky break there, running out of the machine gun, not getting suppressed. And that's probably going to allow SHaNaEA to win this engagement. There is the 222 Rifleman, not hard retreating though. Maybe could try duck behind the trees. Threaten the snare, but not going to go for the hard retreat now. And looks like the ambulance also going to pull back. Doesn't want to risk it. Don't think you got any value out of that being on the front lines though, right? At least he's willing to cut his losses once it fails. No bazooka upgrading on the lieutenant. So just having to suffer in front of this 222.
We're losing a capture point.
Hasn't even gone for the second stage of tech on lieutenant tier yet. Oh, gone for weapon racks though, okay. A half track on the other side for pack. Either of these players has a commander with the Calliope in their loadout, which I think is probably a mistake. That'd be so strong for US forces. So that maybe means one of them needs to go for infantry. So they can get the priest for a bit more indirect late game. Neither of them committing to a commander still though. In this case, maybe it would be the good choice for pack. Blasting away at the 222. Pack about to pop out for sepi, so doesn't really want to commit too much of a fight at the moment. And the machine gun getting flanked. sepi getting forced almost completely off. But yeah, maybe it could be an idea for pack to go for it. You know, sometimes M1919s can be pretty good in conjunction with a half track. It's kind of like a long range weapon. Combine it with the other long-range weapon of the M1919s. Don't have to try close the distance on them. There we go, Rakit threads the needle. Good way to dodge. Nice attack round attempt though, from numbers. Did go for battle group, so that means no looks or anything chasing it down. Did indeed go for that officer like I was thinking he might. And following that up with the Rakit that we just saw, of course. It's a lot of manpower floating at the moment for SHaNaEA. He needs to do something about that. G43 LMG mix for sepi so far. Generally, against US forces, I'm more of a fan of the LMGs. Just because riflemen with double bars, I kind of like G43 Grenadiers, but better. So you might as well take an engagement where you have like a kind of favorable matchup in the long-range engagement with LMGs, as opposed to try to go toe-to-toe against them in their own game, basically. You do have a window though where they can be reasonable, since double bars are quite a lot more expensive than one set of G43s. That's not as bad as it used to be before they got their received accuracy bonus. Oh, smoke grenade out. I was a bit confused. I was like, oh, is there a rifle grenade coming in from somewhere? I can't see. Smoke grenade from the lieutenant. Jammed on the decap though, unsuccessful. Good bit of bleed coming in from the 222. Half track backing its way in. Looks like he might not have reloaded. If there was ever a case for force reload, it pretty much would be on the A half track. I know it's hard to remember to do, but it does have a very long reload timer, as we just saw there, so If you're looking to get the most out of it, try to remember to use force reload on it from time to time, especially if it's been out of combat or paired up or something like that. As it's driving back to the front lines, just pop the force reload on. Oh boy, slightly late retreat there from numbers. And he does not get away with it either. Oh, clumsy. Oh, bazookas. Sound like one of them missed, but he still didn't back away far enough. Oh my god, another one missed. Extreme luck for Sepi. Bazookas are still chasing. He still hasn't run far enough away with that 222. Luckily, the re-echelon just give up the chase. They didn't need to, though, since all these troops are getting suppressed. Oh, but the Grenadiers do end up going down a half-track, securing that wipe. Good amount of damage. Here comes the pack. Kind of out of position, though. I feel like it should have been this far forwards, supporting all his infantry that was so far forwards. Into position now, but way too late. I heard double bars, so Pack also having ticked weapon racks. One less reason to go for infantry company now. So that's one of the main assets.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Not sure what that's referring to. One of the big assets of going for a commander with M1990s is that you can skip weapon racks. Bullets go a bit more smoothly. Okay, charging on to the fuel. Do have a fuel cache up for SHaNaEA. Did put some of that manpower float to work finally, and going for a machine gun now as well. Also not a bad idea if you operate 2-2, you know, 50 cal. Does do reasonably well. Good hit against the 222, especially if you pop the AP ammo. Looks like Grenadiers getting replaced by Sepi. Gonna go for the G43 Panzer Grenadiers. Well, very strong. Will mean he's a little bit lacking in snares though, always something to consider. And SHaNaEA should be pretty quick getting out a medium tank. Already could be building a Sherman right now, since they didn't go for a light vehicle this game. Oh, bit of body blocking on this Grenadier. We'll break free finally. Get quite low. I think if the other squad of riflemen had bars as well, that probably would have been a wipe. Nice attempt though. Keep them coming in. Good dodge on the grenades. Has to turn tail and run. Didn't get much value there. I just don't quite have enough munitions for the upgrades, so just trying to hold their ground from behind this heavy cover position, but there's a lot of US troops and they half-track coming back in now the Rakitans retreated. Chasing away the riflemen on the far side. Pretty even match so far, I would say. Seems like the Allies though have got more wipes and they're pretty flush with manpower because of that. Seem to be trading in terms of manpower quite effectively, whereas the Axis a couple of squads down, but territory wise it's been very close. And looks like SHaNaEA starting the Sherman up at the pretty much exact same time as the Panzer IV. Could have got that about a minute earlier, a little bit late starting it up. Sepi also popping down tier 3, could go for a medium tank now. Half-track getting some nice value. Would be nice if we could keep that alive as well. And that we do have Stuka air support available for Sepi. Having the anti-air. Probably going to be very, very handy this match.
point is under attack.
And it's at this time, once the medium tanks, start to arrive, and you want to think about using your light vehicle a lot more conservatively. Using it for sight, using it for the odd bit of suppression, holding a flank, something like that. Trying to avoid losing it. Okay, double panzer force for the Axis. Pack hasn't chosen a vehicle yet. Maybe going to go for the Pershing first. So a lot of fuel away from that, and a couple command points. But yeah, that does mean Pack has locked into heavy cavalry. So could potentially plant a few mines down with these riflemen now. Second anti-tank gun coming in for Pack, so does make me think it is going to be the Pershing stall. There's a full on a bit of a rampage here, but AT gun is there. Bounces first shot. Okay, half-track in some trouble. We've got double ambos here as well. This could be very dangerous for the Allies. They could lose a lot. Yeah. Panzer IV disengages. Didn't want to take the engine damage. Understandable. But maybe he could have got value out of that, honestly. Maybe could have killed both ambulances and a half-track. The echelon, rifle squad down, I think, for Pack. Which probably would have been worthwhile overall. Just a lot of manpower down for the Allies, well, would have been. But yeah, can't fault them for playing conservatively in that position. Sandbags working against the Allies here. They did plant them. Oh, forgot about this rifle squad. Down it goes. So a couple losses stacking up now for the Allies. After a pretty clean early game. Big old Axis blob. The half-track comes in for some suppression. Fusiliers looking for the anti-tank raid around the corner. Have to give that up though. Here come the reinforcements. So many barred up riflemen. Mine goes off. Was it a mine? It looked like a mine. Now the bazookas chasing down. Here goes the Panzer IV.
Our panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
Oof. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw both criticals on the Panzer IV. One from anti-tank grenade, one from a mine. Not that they don't stack or anything. Same amount of slow, but
Send orders.
reaction times getting away with a half-track. But yeah, curious. A mine over here must mean that Pack built a mine over here at some stage, which is not his side of the map. So interesting, but worked out really nicely. There goes the Panzer IV. No sweepers. Important to note for Sepi going for that now, but paying the price for that. I think once you see riflemen planting sandbags like this, maybe it's time to get a sweeper up against riflemen with the mines, whereas otherwise you could probably get away with no sweeper against US forces. I mean, these days, now that gives you a repair speed bonus. You might just want it anyway. Target weak point, but the Sherman already far enough away, so it's not going to take any further damage. And here we go, Pack finally hitting 11 command points, can call in the Pershing now. Should probably squeeze in a squad of Rangers or something as well. There's so much manpower at the moment.
Overrunning one of our capture points.
Could be an idea as well. Could go alright against the elites infantry on the Axis side, the G43 Peregrines and the Obers. Gonna go for the double re-echelon. Not a horrible choice, given that he has to repair up the Pershing.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
But now that it's got the received damage bonus, making it a little bit easier to repair, definitely has been a noticeable change. You know, I did play a few games with this commander, and I did notice that. may not see like a huge deal, 600 or 160 damage, but it's a big one. SHaNaEA locking in, Airborne company. Going for the Thompson paratroopers first off. A little bit low on munitions, maybe that will be the focus of the Allies next. Some munitions caches. Smoke covering the Raketen, and goes for the steel. Panzer IV trying to go for some attack ground action, but here comes the Pershing. Oh boy, Okadobi Panzer IV lingering a little bit too long. M1 setting up, connects. Panzer IV backing behind the building. Lucky break. If that Pershing just pushed forwards there, most likely he did one. Oh, okay, that was just a scatter shot. Thought he might have gone for a M93 piercing round through that gap there, hoping to catch the Panzer IV. I was ready to be amazed, but wasn't the case. Would have been pretty sick though. Is that what it's called? M93? Yeah. Majority causing the Axis troops to retreat. BP wise, the Allies are quite firmly ahead, 140 points. So looking quite strong, and it is indeed going to be a munitions cache for SHaNaEA, getting through a bit of that manpower pack. Still floating quite a lot of manpower though. As I said, could squeeze out a squad of Rangers. I'm guessing it's going to be a Jackson next after that. They'll pretty much round out the army composition once everything's reinforced. Squad of Rangers and a Jackson.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Green as green can be. Well, grab your shit and follow me.
222 on the flank. Quick to back away though. Here comes the Sherman. Got the Raketen in tow now though. Stuka.
Air support now available.
Okay, reasonable connection. Did have the flare up to spot for that. Pretty good dodging from Pack though. Doesn't take too much damage. Sure. Sherman got in trouble fast. Oh, and the anti-tank plane's coming through, but I think quite a lot of those shots were blocked by the trees. Oh, and he survives on a pixel. Lucky break for SHaNaEA. Wow.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
Let's have a second Sherman as well. I think I heard double packs, which is how that Sherman got in trouble so fast. Very lucky break that Sherman got away. Oops. Ooh, nasty shot from the Pershing. Look at that. 3/4 health in one hit. Only one model down though. Very cautious play though, not pushing in very far. Bring up the sweepers first. So on the far side, a little bit clumped. Nice and easy retreat though. And the VPs are draining. More munitions caches, this time down from Pack. This one interrupted though.
Capture point is being overrun.
But yeah, the Allies are going to stack up those munis. P-47's ready to go shortly. Notice they are a little bit cheaper these days. Being bought equal in cost to the Stuka Air Support. I still think the Stuka Air Support's a touch better, but there's not much in it. Just tends to track the target a bit better. I think the max damage on the P-47s is maybe a touch higher, better against maybe heavy tanks. More stationary targets. He plays a bit upset. I don't think the RNG has been like extraordinarily good for the Pershing so far. It's consistent. slightly too far back with the walking Stuka barrage that time. Good amount of health damage, but not getting those model drops. Which is probably more important. Looking to get that bleed going. Push in now. Re-echelon popping out some smoke. Need another batch of smoke though, because they're running past the initial patch. It's starting to get suppressed by the machine gun, which is holding its ground. Very low, but still alive. A half-track actually pushing in. This is dangerous against the double anti-tank guns. Very easily go down. They could just pop, sit up. Double anti-tank guns pushing in, looking for the flak base. So good over Panzer IV coming in from the side. Pack set up. Misses its shot though. Panzer IV looking for the kill. Dropping the assault artillery. There goes the AA half-track. Panzer IV hasn't upgraded the machine gun yet, so he's having a bit of trouble decrewing the anti-tank gun. In fact, doesn't manage to do so. Gets away quite cleanly though. I think if he did upgrade the Pintle, he would have got the decrew there. Probably couldn't have stuck around to kill the decrewed weapon. Pershing running around, but... oh boy. Is that major artillery? Wow, got a pretty good connection there. Down goes the machine gun. A lot of manpower floating for Sepi at the moment. Maybe do with a second Pio squad. It's ticked up to battle phase 3 as well, so maybe looking to get out the Tiger next. A little bit low on fuel for that though. And then, you know, lost one Panzer IV, having to rebuild it. And that does mean that Tiger is going to be hitting the battlefield against, you know, already pretty strong anti-tank forces on the Allies side. Highly vetted Pershing's going to be by the time the Tiger arrives. Quite a few anti-tank guns and the Jackson. Pack going for the rebuild on that A half-track, so he wants to should be able to shoot down those planes. And Sepi is pretty close to another round of those, so that play is probably going to be rewarded. Double kittens. But he hits retreat. Maybe a little bit of panic stations there. I don't think the double kittens needed to retreat like that. Now Pershing free to inflict a bit of bleed on these incoming troops. 243 Peagrens getting going on the rear echelon. The planes coming in for Sepi now. Peagrens go down. Wasn't paying attention. Jackson does survive narrowly. Going back in with the Pershing could take another round of anti-tank plane action. Oh, lucky break. The AT gun's missing. Sounds like they're half-track taking care of the planes before they do come in for that next pass. So yeah, that was a pretty bad activation of the close air support. Generally, I feel the Axis weren't poised to like capitalize on it. Didn't have the units in position. Didn't have a tank low enough that would die to just one pass. Ended up losing a squad of Panzer Grenadiers during the carnage. So yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a waste of munitions. Maybe Sepi was hoping that they would lead to a lot more territory control, just with the planes flying around for a long time. But with the A half-track shooting them down quickly, that wasn't the case. Tiger now available for Sepi. He's clumped up on like cover. That was going to be a wipe. Very easily could have been. Before getting up to Vet 3. Second walking Stuka for numbers. Very risky, I think, going for that at this stage. Need some more assistance in the anti-tank department. Sherman in some trouble. One of them goes down. Panzer IV finishing that off. Panzer IV got in some trouble over on this side. Fishing took engine damage though. Couldn't chase him for the kill. So that's a good start. One Sherman down. SHaNaEA going for a second Jackson now. Targeting the Raketen, the scatter though not quite there. So Raketen survives. Drop back in Jackson just as I was about to check on its health.
Send over.
Great to secure that engagement. Sherman for pack next. A touch risky. But at least on pack's side of the map, there's only one tank for Panzer IV. So it could work out alright. There goes the Muni's cache. Reasonable damage from the walking Stuka. Ooh, 4 kills on this one though. That's really bad for how long he's had it. Has been getting pretty unlucky with the scatter on the rockets though. He's going to be landing one rocket on either side. Time and time again. Smoke in the centre from pack, making a bit of charge with the rifleman. Do have the Tiger standing by. Got some attack ground actions there. Panzer IV's getting amongst. Comes the troops from pack though, they're getting a bit of a traffic jam going. P4 gets away alive. This was a juicy walking Stuka target. All the misery to fire as well. Oh, nasty Pershing shot. Is that overs or P-beams, I think, from the uniform. Not 100% on that though. I think it's P-beams.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. The squad of pioneers has arrived.
Stuka going to work. This could be a big one. Well targeted.
The enemy has destroyed the Panzer.
4 goes down though, all the way back there. Maybe an attack ground scatter shot or something, I'm not sure. Pretty good walking Stuka, but there's another one. Okay, there goes the Raketen. There goes the 222. That's a big mistake from Sepi. This Pershing just having a field day now. Vet 3. Oh, nasty bundle nade. Doesn't quite get the revenge kill. Pack's advancing with the Tiger in support. Sherman has to be careful. Packs. Only one of them fires and it misses. The plane's coming in for SHaNaEA to keep. Sherman's safe as it backs away. And here comes the Pershing now. Pershing at Vet 3. Got to be careful though. The double packs could dish out the pain. Pershing trying to back away. P-47s get it very low. Ooh. Oh, wow. Max range Jackson action. Pershing survives, so do both the Jacksons on a pixel. Maybe paying the price for that lost Panzer IV just before. Otherwise that could have swooped in and killed almost everything probably. Bit of a lucky break for the Allies. Just with regards to, you know, Pershing's armor holding up for as many shots as it did bounce. Jackson surviving. That was a close call.
We're losing
Down
a
goes the
capture
Tiger.
point. Complete. Crew, stand ready.
Looks like Pack getting a good read on when the flares are coming down, dodging the Walking Stuka shots pretty effectively. I'm not sure what that one was targeting at all. But yeah, the double Walking Stukas definitely haven't been working out. Should have probably 2 times as many kills as this by now. That's sending the Axis back along with Sepi, losing 3 tanks so far. Speaking of lost tanks, there goes one to the Raketten. Oh, Captain goes down as well. Hit 3 double Pack. Quite scary at the moment. And Axis branching out to the left. There are quite a lot of VPs. Can control them at the moment though. Sherman Pies will pick up a bazooka though. Still don't want to go toe to toe. Bring the Packs into the retreat path as well. Looks like a bit of repair and cap attempts, but they're actually just outside of the capture circle, so it doesn't really work out. Jumped out on the wrong side of the tank. Fighting position, interesting. Quite far back, it's not really going to reach the central VP. Maybe like the very far edges of it. Sherman. Pershing combo. There's a lot of anti-infantry just shredding the OKW troops for numbers. Can't afford the Yak Tiger at the moment. Needs to lose something. This double Walking Stuka is occupying a large dose of his pop cap. Pack seeing some good damage onto the Pershing, but it's just so fast. Could drive away to safety quite easily. It's one of the real assets of the Pershing compared to most of the other heavies, how quick it is, especially now it's at Vet 3. So what's going to be the option for numbers? Reinforcing the troops only makes the PopCap woes worse. It'll be around 12 PopCap away from being able to call in that Yak Tiger. In the meantime, does, you know, have the mechanized down with the repair pioneers out, so as far as he can go in that direction. But yeah, can't get the JT out. And it's not an easy fix either. Can't just like lose one squad of infantry. Way away from that JT. I won't be driving in like this with the Panzer IV. Position, doing its work back there. Fresh Tiger out for Sepi. Could once again afford to go for another squad of Pios. Oh, there go the Obers. Obers not paying attention. Just about has enough PopCap now for the Yak Tiger. Tiger feeling bold, pushing through the center. One thing the Allies don't have at the moment is spotting units. No Pathfinders for SHaNaEA. So spotting for these Jacksons to be effective at 60 range. Not really happening at the moment. Which is allowing the Axis to work quite nicely. Limiting the amount of damage onto the Tiger. Combined arms activated from pack. Going into... Look at how fast that Pershing's firing at the moment because of it. Sherman coming in as well. A lot of anti-tank guns here, but they're kind of split in their focus at the moment. This Vet 3 pack going down really quickly. The riflemen with combined arms seeing to that. Pack decrewed. He's there for the recruit instantly though. Reasonable activation of combined arms. Got a good amount of damage done. And that's the thing, you don't have a huge amount to spend your munitions on this commander unless you're spamming nades, so I see a reasonable opportunity for combined arms. That can be enough. Doesn't have to be a GG moment every time you use it. But yeah, maybe that's one thing that SHaNaEA could try squeeze in. Squad of Pathfinders could go a long way.
The enemy is overrunning one of our
With
capture
the
points.
compositions shaking out as they are currently. Looks like numbers not going to try pull the trigger, I thought, in the Egg Tiger, so might be worth even just trying to squeeze out something else in the meantime. Starting to float a huge amount of resources now. That was a really good walking Stuka barrage that time. Decrew on the anti-tank gun. Fighting position went down as well.
MG42 team is ready for action. Our foes have 300 points remaining.
Nasty walking Stuka barrage. Oh, the M1919 paratroopers getting it done. Big damage from them long range. Points are draining against the allies though. Capping on the left, but don't have any squads in the center at the moment. Oh, big shot from the Tiger too. And that's a Scott out from pack. Forces away the Raketin that fired at the Pershing earlier. Shannon in some trouble. Oh boy, Pershing in some big trouble. Engine damage. Panzer 4 maybe coming in. Rear armor potential. Oh boy, no coordination, no teamwork from the arranged team. Horrible communication. That was like an easy kill for the Panzer IV if it just drove in there. Pershing's rear armor was wide open. Bad coordination. Okay, well. Numbers. Finally found room in the pop cap to squeeze out the JT, and that's going to cause some issues for the Allies big time. Tank gun rebuild from pack. SHaNaEA lost the Raketin at some stage. So have a lot of Jacksons though, but the tank's going to see to those pretty quickly. Just a bit of AoE damage on that one. Not a full hit. Sherman though in some trouble. Oh, decreased one anti-tank gun, but this Vet 3 pack gone to town, man. Such high rate of fire, and down it goes. One thing that SHaNaEA is missing maybe from the game is smoke from the Sherman. I don't think we've seen saving smoke to try to keep these Shermans alive. Timed demolition charge to kill the pack. Pershing coming in from the side. Combined arms active, getting a few hits in. Does open up the center a bit. Oh, nasty shot from the Pershing. Double grenades out. Kind of off their mark though. Oh, Where's the Sherman going for? Pack. Close call, close call. Okay, another squad of paratroopers coming for SHaNaEA. As I said, I think the Pathfinders are what they really need right now, the long-range spotting. There's a lot of craters for them to use their camouflage with as well. Not a super clean hit from... Still pretty effective actually. Walking Stuka. A lot of very low health tanks. The assault artillery coming in for numbers. Reasonably deep into Allied territory as well. They're having to move a lot of stuff away. Scatter's not terribly good. Don't think that dropped any models. Just a little bit of health damage on the Jackson, so bit of a lucky break for the Allies. Axis though firmly in control in the center. Now the Allies about to tick under 250. So the tide does seem to be turning in favor.
Get the bazooka up here.
Of the
support is here. Sherman ready.
Did they get... Oh, you... Got the bazooka upgrade, right? You can get all three on both. Forgot about that. It's like, he's got the bazookas, but can they camo? Forgot about that change in the other patch. Don't have access to the mines, though. Like the support paratroopers do. Still have quite a lot of riflemen running around for pack at least. Actually helping them. Oh, where's this anti-tank gun going? Those G43 P-Greens ripping in, but they could now be at risk if SHaNaEA activates the tactical advance on the retreats. Oh, no tactical advance. That was a missed opportunity. Moderate connections from the walking Stuka. Target having to pull back. No, Panzer IV could be in some trouble. Sherman Pershing combo. Pops the blitz though. Close call, close call. Panther now out, actually from sepi. Looking to get the kill on the Jackson. Sherman kind of backed into a bit of a corner here, but the other bazooka paratroopers need to chase during the reload of the bazookas. Wow. That's really lucky. Panther goes down. Very lucky they both connected at that range, close to maximum. And now all this US tanks survive, it looks like. Anti-tank planes don't manage to finish anything off. Still got that A half-track kicking for pack and anti-air mode, taking them down quite quickly as well. So aggression from sepi once again failing. The Jagdtiger didn't really assist too much. It was kind of facing towards the center instead of over to the left. Maybe got one extra shot in. Could have made a bit of a difference there, but it wasn't the case.
Alright, fellas, final check.
A barrage from the Scot into the center. Oh, the kittens are there, but Pershing hiding behind the trees at the moment. Not taking any damage. Until then. Some damage onto the Scot. Got the flares up from numbers. There's a walking Stuka. Doesn't quite get the scatter. Could have been a decrew on the M1. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. There's another one. That's that damage though. Major with the forward retreat over there with the ambulance. Scott survives somehow on a pixel. P4 coming back in, that's greedy. Now could go down to the Pershing. Very lucky bounce. Otherwise the Pershing probably would have chased in for the killing blow. He got that shot to penetrate there. Tiger quite far forwards. Double Jackson's making a bit of a play. Yank Tiger is back there as well though. Tiger go for the Jackson, missing though.
They got wiped out.
Rifleman coming in from the side. Pershing now making a bit of a move. Raketins are there, but they're not set up. Pershing coming in. Got the combined arms, but there are the double Raketins. Pershing backing away. Uh-oh. Pershing still alive. Yak Tiger gets one more shot in, but the Raketins don't get any shots off, and that's the key to the Pershing surviving. Some assault artillery on this side. Didn't seem to do too much. Here come the double Jacksons. Tiger's quite low. Oh, main gun crit. Plane's coming in for SHaNaEA. One Jackson down. Oh, they keep bouncing on this Tiger. The tank gun gets decruised. 47s. The scatter damage catches one of the walking Stukas. Unfortunate for numbers there. One walking Stuka goes down in the crossfire. Tiger does survive though for the moment. Nexus with a lot of damage on their tanks. Be a little bit slow to repair, especially Sepi. Doesn't have sweepers on either of the piles. And they're under a lot of EP pressure at the moment. Capping in the center. Making a dash for the far side. Could even use the sprint to try and get out there a touch faster. Uh-oh. Hands are in some trouble. Already used the blitz. It does not get away from the Sherman. Bit of a lucky penetrating hit at that range. The Panzer had a good run. He kept it alive very well. Especially when you consider it's having to go toe-to-toe with the Pershing, which is, you know, such a fast tank, so good at beating down. Tank grenade going to come through, finish off Sherman. No! Oh, the bounce! The bounce! What a great mechanic. Okay, the anti-tank plane's called in to finish the job over there. Oh, shouldn't have had to though. Stuka's going to open up probably in the center, try and prevent the cap. Get the Tiger forwards. Visual connection, pack there. Quite low on that Tiger. Lieutenant charging onto the side though. Axis in trouble on the VP. They lose the center. Losing control on the right as well. Panther next on numbers. Here we go. Axis on the drain in a big way now. Oh, and the Pershing getting those monster hits. 40 kills now. Here comes the Panther. Pershing on the move. Panther chasing in. Making a play. Which is maybe understandable, you know. When you're this low on the VPs, you got to get something going. Good shot from the Yag Tiger. Pershing survives though. Not quite enough damage. Probably 40 health off the kill there. Tiger low. Double Jacksons are right there. Bounce, bounce. One more. And they are not so lucky this time. Down goes the Tiger. Axis on the far side, capping in the center as well. They're going for the left. They're all out in the capping. Panther coming through, maybe looking to finish off that Pershing, but it's already long gone. Nasty walking Stuka into the center. Paratroopers are still alive though. Gonna go for the capture, try drain off those last 4 points. Double Jacks is coming in on the Panther. Yak Tiger off to the side, not quite in position. There it goes, connecting now on the Jackson. Second Jackson wanting to secure the kill on the Panther, and it does! Sniper shot long range. Not going to get away though. Down goes the Jackson in retaliation. The Allies could be under a bit of pressure, maybe getting a touch reckless, trying to go in for the kill with these last 4 VPs. Oh, it's a big bundle grenade. Paratroopers have to get out of there. Supporting fire onto the 50. Oh, but the P-Greens can't quite get the cap off in time. Paratroopers arrive. Pretty open on that side. Sherman has to get repaired up though. Okay, well the Axis, they hang on. He's just going to camp this one out on the far side, which I think is understandable. Can't afford to lose control of it even for a second. Maybe some S mines over here will be a reasonable choice. Okay, there we go. Nice idea from Sepi. Won't matter though if the Sherman comes out to that left-hand side, and Sepi now with just the Panther to answer back, having lost the, excuse me, Tiger. Empire's dodging around the side of the 50 cal. Mass paras are ready to rumble. Where's this Yak Tiger going? Take engine damage now from double anti-tank grenades? No, doesn't have enough munitions for 2. So no engine damage on the JT. Oh boy, now the Pershing's taking a walloping. There it goes. To the center, looking for the cap, the Jackson. Not able to do much. Sherman on the far side, clearing out the Pyos. Panther still in the middle. He's going to cap the middle, and now the 50 cal coming in. He's smashed a few of those mines, cleared the way. Oh boy, what's this Panther doing? It's just camped in the middle. Should be on the left-hand side, shutting down the Sherman. Oh, what are you doing, Sepi? Oh no. I think that's going to be it. Axis with no way of stopping this capture now. Nothing to go for the center with either. A sad ending to this match for the Axis. We play it quite salty. Not a pretty good match overall, I would say. Sepi just a little bit reckless with the tanks overall. Just a couple lost tanks probably could have been avoided. Numbers got a little bit unlucky with the walking Stuka barrages. So they were generally pretty well targeted. He was using the flares and the fusiliers to spot for them. Could have done a lot more damage, but that's how it goes sometimes, you know. And yeah, the Allies, strong start, good light vehicle play from PAC early on. Had some pretty good territory control. And just playing this one pretty effectively overall. The Yak Tiger, once it hit the field, did do quite a lot of damage. I felt like there were maybe a couple spots where if it was in a slightly different position or orientation, maybe could have secured an extra kill or 2 on a couple of these tanks. But, you know, that can happen. But otherwise, GG. There was also that opportunity for the Pershing to die over here. I forgot about that, man. If Numbers just came in there with that Panzer IV, caught the rear arm of the damaged engine Pershing, which I think was on one shot as well. Could have been a completely different match. That Pershing was stacking up the body counts. Once it hit Vet 3, doing a lot of damage. Kind of interesting to see all these paratroopers as well. A lot of paratrooper utilizations from SHaNaEA, but as I said, I think, you know, with the double Jacksons running around, all these craters, a squad of Pathfinders for spotting could have been really effective, especially against that tiger. But anyway, I'll wrap on that. Right, you're getting if you cast mode me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.